Okay.
No importa.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Just be another moment. We're just letting everyone in. Welcome, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It'll just be a moment as we let everybody in the room. Welcome, welcome. Great to see you all. Welcome. All right. I think there's still a few more people coming in, and we are just about to get started. So thank you all for your patience. Right. Hi, everyone. Wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, which is Cinco de Mayo. It's really exciting to have you all with us to celebrate. I know some of you have been coming back for our Culinary Backstreets programs for the last few months, and they have been such a pleasure and a joy to host with us. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sari. I am the Public Programs Director of MOFAD, and it is just an honor, like I said, to be working with Culinary Backstreets. They are my favorite food tour guide in the whole world. I've been lucky enough to take several of their food tours in person, of course, before the pandemic, and I'm so excited to be able to do it again, hopefully in not too long, but in the meantime, it has been, you know, such a gift to be able to do these virtual tours with them. So thank you, Culinary Backstreets, for being such an incredible partner. Before we get started, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge the subway crash that happened in Mexico City yesterday, acknowledge that tragedy, and of course we are celebrating Mexico City and all of its, you know, rich ingredients and heritage tonight, but I also just want to keep in mind the victims of that crash as we pay honor to them with this tour this evening. So if we could just take a quick moment. Thank you. And I'm so relieved that we have Paco tonight from Mexico City, and you know, he's assured me that his family and friends are safe, and I'm very relieved to be able to share that news. Also, before we get started, I did want to mention that MOFAD has been doing virtual programs for about a year now, and we're actually right in the midst of a membership drive. Today is the third day of a 5-day membership drive that we are doing, and we do this membership drive because we are a really small nonprofit museum. Our doors have been closed because of the pandemic, so doing virtual programs has really been our only source of revenue for about a year. And membership is part of that support. So if you are one of the next 20 people to become a member today, it is still today, we have some perks. Our perk today is a jar of surprise bitters from El Guapo Bitters, which is an incredible bitters company based in New Orleans. It's woman-owned, it's craft artisanal bitters. They are so good. They help, you know, make wonderful cocktails like margaritas. So if you want to sign up, I'm going to put the link in our chat, and we are really, really grateful for your support with that. There it is. So we are going to have a little Q&A at the end of the program. I'm going to turn this over to Paco, who's going to show some videos and share his experience as a Culinary Backstreets tour guide with you. And the chat will stay open, but we will have time for questions that you can ask Paco directly at the end. So I'll come back to help with that. So now I am going to turn it over to Francisco, AKA Paco de Santiago, and I hope you have a wonderful trip to Mexico City. Thanks, Paco.
Well, thank you very much, Sari, for the introduction. Thanks to everyone that has joined the sala and this virtual tour. I hope that you have you will enjoy the session. And I would like to first start with a little bit to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Paco de Santiago, and as you already know, Paco goes for a nickname for Francisco. There are many Franciscos in Mexico, and most of them are named Pancho, but in my case, I'm Paco. So welcome again, and to this virtual tour of Mexico City. As a matter of fact, as Sari mentioned it, we are celebrating a civic commemoration of Cinco de Mayo. This was a battle that took place in Puebla, and a strategically located city in between the port of Veracruz, the Gulf of Mexico port, in the way to Mexico City. So it was very important for the French army to take control of the city of Puebla. And the Mexican troops, organized by a liberal President Benito Juarez, they defeated the French in the city of Puebla. The year was 1862. So the Cinco de Mayo holiday symbolizes Mexico's determination to thwart foreign aggression, and well, it's a day off for federal workers, no, in the whole country. We have prepared a group of different videos to share with you, and I would like to start with the introduction video, and then we are going to describe every of the items that we have sent to you in these gift boxes, and we are going to travel virtually through different sections of the city, and also even from the country, no? So please, if we can run the introductory video, Paula, thank you. Well, great. I hope that you have enjoyed that video, and I want to thank you again for ordering your box. And we have tried to create an experience with our favorite people, and I would like to mention some interesting facts about Mexico City that not many people, even Mexicans, we are aware always about it. No, Mexico City. It is built over a former lake. None of these exist anymore, but just a small section in the south. And we are going to travel to these hills, and we are going to travel virtually to the side of the pyramids of Teotihuacan on this area. But none of the lake exists anymore. This is just asphalt today. This is how the development of the modern Mexico City has dissected all these beautiful valley that once used to be, no? And well, some interesting facts about Mexico City I have to mention is that the word Mexico is a Nahuatl word meaning the belly button of the moon. Mexico City is located in the Valley of Mexico, or Valle de Mexico, a large valley in the high plateaus in the center of Mexico, at an altitude of 2,240 meters. So this is a 7,300 more or less feet. No, more than 20 million live in Mexico City, and more than 600,000 Americans live in Mexico City, the largest concentration of Americans living outside the United States. Also, Mexico City has the largest amount of museums in the Americas, and the second largest amount in the world, just after London. It has more museums than Madrid, New York, or Paris, no? The food in Mexico City is among the best Mexican food you will ever have in the entire country, because it gathers the flavors from all states. It is the best place to taste Mexico, no? And If you feel like, we are going to start with our items in the box. Let me just reach my hand to show you. We have sent this box of chocolate en polvo or powdered chocolate. This is prepared in an artisanal way by a family that they have investigated about the chocolate. And let me put the video, and then we just talk briefly about the chocolate. But before we go there, let me just enjoy a little bit of the chocolate. Let me turn my camera. I'm going to turn my camera. Let me see if I can do it now. I'm going to use the camera, and Lulu is going to pour some of this beautiful drink of chocolate that in this case is prepared the pre-Hispanic style, which is use water. No? The preparation that you have in your bag, it may be different. They have different formulas and drinks, and this is it. Muchas gracias, Lulu. Thank you very much. This is the way we enjoy it in the mornings, mainly a nice cup of chocolate. And now let's watch the video. Please, Paula, you can put it on the screen. Theobroma, the gift of the gods. It's been part of the gastronomy of ancient civilizations in Mexico. Today, not far from the pyramids of Teotihuacan, the Amacondo family, they have focused on investigating these old styles of beverages. And they have figured out different ingredients that include not only the cacao, but rice, cinnamon, flowers, of course corn, different condiments as anato or achote, and they have developed other formulas like this very beautiful atlaquetzale, which means precious water. They have recreated these traditional beverages from different states like Guerrero, Chiapas, Tabasco. We can see how with this love they still grind in the metate all the ingredients to create these drinks that they can be enjoyed at different festivals, markets, and in its own place, Chocolateria Amacondo, not far from the site of Teotihuacan. And well, chocolate is the perfect breakfast in many places of Mexico, but in Oaxaca specifically, here in the image we can see this chocolate mix in water, which comes hot with this wonderful pan de yem or chalk bread. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed that video. Doesn't look like tasty. Remember that you can always prepare your powder. It can be hot or cold, depending on the weather, of course. And you can use milk as well. The pre-Hispanic style is using use water, no? I think I won't say many other things about the Chocolate Amacondo. This is a family that I met during my work as a tour leader for Culinary Backstreets several years ago. And they have a small choco place that we have reviewed in CV page, very near the pyramids of Teotihuacan, the famous pyramids of the moon and the sun. So it is now a destination that we highly recommend, because unfortunately there aren't many places that they work with real authentic cacao. This family, they get it directly from Tabasco, which is the main area where cacao grows actually in Mexico. No matter, we are not anymore main producers of cacao. Today is the Ivory Coast produces most of the cacao for the world. No, anyway, we'll find very nice cacao from Tabasco, Chiapas, Oaxaca, and even some parts of Veracruz. It is demonstrated that chocolate was a drink prepared by Indian cultures. Mayan elites would enjoy it and prepare it for special rituals. We can see that in the codex that they have survived the conquest. and they also we can see this description of only the elites drinking chocolate, enjoying these chocolate beverages among them. Also, in many burials for the Mayan elite, and also even in Templo Mayor in Mexico City, they have discovered these offerings that they include these chocolate drinks. No, and now we are still in let's pretend we're still in the morning. We want to have a nice breakfast, a nice drink, and if it is not chocolate, it has to be coffee. This is a special coffee that our friend Eric Rodriguez from Mezcalito Palalma invited us to try it, and we decided to include it in our gift box. So let's run the video about the coffee, please. Thank you, Paula.
Hello, my name is Eric Rodriguez, brand owner of Cafecito Palalma. We have been working for a little bit more than 2 years with the coffee producing family. It has 4 generations of coffee growers. Our coffee is produced and roasted in Compostela, Nayarit, Mexico. The Torres family preserves all the traditional process. The fruits are harvested and carried out with the help of an indigenous community called huicholes or huirráricas. About 50 people are hired to make the best selection of fruits with the knowledge of they gained for generations. The altitude we harvest our coffee is between 800 and 1600 meters above the sea level. Our drying process is natural on the floor, given quite a few turns manually during the day. Our varietals of coffee beans are Mondo Novo, Arabigo, Bourbon, Castimorre, and Caturra. Each of our bags will be count with the description of the coffee you will taste. Thank you.
Amigos, estoy aquí con Eric Rodríguez. Hola, Eric, ¿cómo estás?
Hola.
Con su hijo colaborador, Eric Jr. Hola, hermano.
Hola.
¿Qué andamos haciendo aquí, Eric? ¿Estás haciendo proceso de los garrafones?
De garrafón, limpieza de garrafón. Se lava cuando los encontramos, agua, jabón y todo, y al final cloro, y después del cloro lo pasamos con mezcal. Y el mezcal pues lo va como a acondicionar para que ya esté apto para meter
para que
mezcal.
tenga el buque, ¿no? Y no sepa ninguna otra cosa.
Y aquí están pues como quedan durante mucho tiempo.
Ahí los vas añejando los que llevan su...
Le llamamos madurar en
maduración,
vidrio,
¿no? Ajá.
Maduración en vidrio, y pues ocupamos mezcal. Este fue de 53 grados del estado de Sonora.
Okay.
Seguimos obteniendo mezcales de este año y empezar a vender de los años pasados. Sí, y aquí así es como se organiza. By these perlas, master distillers know what to do. This is all they need.
Well, thank you very much. Very interesting video, because at the end we can see how Eric, he drops use the mezcal, and there is these sparks or bubbles. We call it perlas. And the master mezcaleros, master distillers, they would know exactly what's the alcoholic graduation by the dimensions and the long lasting of the bubbles. Unfortunately, we couldn't send alcohol right now to you, because that was our first idea, to share a little bit of these mezcales. But we have this great coffee, and the coffee production in Mexico, it is the 8th largest in the world. But the coffee didn't arrive to Mexico but at the end of the 18th century, and it was not exported in great quantities until 1870s, more or less. And during the 1980s, so this is almost 100 years later, the coffee became one of the country's most valuable export crops. Then there was a coming down, unfortunately, of the production. The state stopped supporting the cafetaleros, but still now Mexico is the largest source used coffee imports. So there is a large tradition of drinking coffee in Mexico. It's been adopted by many families. My father was a coffee lover, and he would prepare every time his turco cafe turco every morning. So we're used to that coffee flavor. And during the video, I don't know if you were aware, but during the video, in one of the images is this preparation. At one of the very nice, good restaurants in Mexico City that is called Nico's, and they prepare this Mexican-style coffee. Maybe some of you that you have already traveled to Mexico, you have tried this like sweet coffee prepared with cinnamon and brown sugar, and that it tastes so good. So café de olla, it is called café de olla because by tradition it is prepared in the countryside or at home using a clay pot, which would be an olla. So now we have moved from the morning days, and we are going to move a little bit forward in the day, and let's try about one of the main staples of the pre-Hispanic diet. Remember that the pre-Hispanic diet consisted of corn, maize, beans, frijoles, squash, calabaza, chile, and of course what we call quintoniles or edible greens. Among this family of edible greens, family of quintoniles or papalokelite, we find astronaut food, and we're going to explain that why I call it that way in this next video. Please, you want to run it, Paula? Thank you.
Amaranth, or Huautli, it's a type of cereal that belongs to the Quintoniles family. And during pre-Hispanic times, Huautli was a staple food, just as essential as corn and beans. Amaranth was part as well of different religious ceremonies, and because of this, its cultivation remained forbidden during 300 years by the Spanish. Thanks to its efficient photosynthesis, this plant can survive under extreme conditions such as high temperatures and lack of water. Many farmers from the municipalities of Xochimilco, Tulyehualco, Milpa Alta in the south of the city, they have been growing amaranth during generations. There are different associations that are promoting its use because just very recently it was rediscovered as a superfood. The process of the amaranth in order to be digestible for humans is that these little seeds, they need to be heated, so they pop high temperatures. In this case, these machines pump air, hot air at 300 Celsius, and this causes the seed to pop, but it still maintains its seed. So it is a very perfect type of cereal because it contains, it's very rich in vitamins and minerals, calcium, iron, folic acid, and of course it contains omega-3 and 5. This process it is practiced mainly in these municipalities, and is a way of make a living. They really distribute to the whole city and even to other markets outside. In 1985, amaranth became astronaut food thanks to Rodolfo Neri Vela, a Mexican astronaut, which included in its diet. Hola amigos, buenas tardes. Estoy en el Mercado de Jamaica con mi amiga Adriana, que tiene un sensacional puesto de dulces tradicionales. Hola Adriana, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, buenas tardes, muy bien. ¿Y ustedes? Espero que estén también bien. Bienvenidos. Mi mamá lleva más de 50 años trabajando aquí y nosotros tenemos 30 años ofreciendo los dulces mexicanos típicos. Los dulces de leche, que se llaman macarrones mostachones, las alegrías, que está hecho de amaranto y miel, Tenemos también el dulce cristalizado, que es camote, calabaza, chilacayote, acitrón, higos. Tenemos el camote enmielado, tenemos el higo enmielado, las cocadas suaves, las cocadas duras, las alegrías, las obleas. Ahorita hoy en día también ya se hicieron las obleas de sabores, que hay de 3 leches, de menta, de chocolate, de Nutella, de varios sabores, para que la gente se acerque más a comer este tipo de dulces. Por ejemplo, en el mes de septiembre se llevan mucho las alegrías, las obleas, las cocadas. El Día de Muertos se llevan el camote enmielado, el higo enmielado, la calabaza en tacha, que es para las ofrendas.
¿Nos puedes enseñar una de las alegrías de estas que tienen la granola?
Sí, con mucho gusto. Pues que tiene muchos nutrientes y ventajas. Está compuesta de amaranto, de arroz inflado, tiene pasas y trozos de nuez, que es un alimento muy bueno como un sustituyente de la comida. ¿Para qué? Como si fuera un snack.
Ajá, es como una botanita, pero es un superalimento, ¿no? Porque tiene omegas, el amaranto, y luego con las nueces y las pasitas.
Bueno, queridos amigos que nos están viendo a través de las redes, los invitamos que si vienen a México, su próxima visita sea al Mercado de Jamaica. Los estaremos esperando con los brazos abiertos para que conozcan la variedad de productos que tenemos en este mercado único y el más grande de la Ciudad de México, tanto dulces, frutas, flores. El Mercado de Jamaica es un mercado que tiene mucha verbena. Muy bienvenidos y muchas gracias por visitarnos.
A ti muchas gracias, Adriana. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Well, very interesting. At the end of the second half of the video, we witnessed this sweet stand inside the Mercado de Jamaica. That's another way to explore and get to know, get in touch with the real Mexico by visiting these mercados. There are so many public markets in the city, but Jamaica is maybe one of the most important ones, together with Merced, which is very close to the centro, to the historic center area. Jamaica is also well known for its flowers that used to come from Xochimilco. Now they come from different parts of the country. And I wanted to show you, let me just turn my camera, and this is the amaranth that we have included in your gift box. When it is solidified like this, once they have popped, like in the video, we call it the reventado. They put this together with can be honey or brown sugar, and when it comes in this shape and thick, we call it alegría, which means joy. It's an energy bar. It's very lightweight. That is why our astronaut took it to the outer space, and it's full of proteins, as you saw in the video. It's gluten-free, so if you have the celiac problems, you can just eat the amaranth seed, and you're fine with it. In this case, when it comes as a sweet or as a snack, they have a granola with raisin, peanuts, pumpkin seeds as well. And you can just eat it like that, no, like a snack, bite by bite. I used to eat this in the school when we cannot afford anything else but a bar of alegría. And we skipped I forgot to show you the beans. These are the coffee beans that we sent to you. These are the combination of Creole beans from the north of the country. This is Nayarit State. And this is it regarding the amaranth. We are going to be answering all your questions, of course. Once we ended up with the virtual tour, we're going to have a section at the end. Thank you very much for the questions that you are doing. Let me turn the camera. Okay, and now, well, let's run the other video that talks about the frijoles that we have gone all the way to over the hills and far away to get these very beautiful heirloom beans. Let's run the video, please, Paula. Thank you very much.
Centro de Acopio at Milpalta is one of those almost gone pre-Hispanic markets where just local farmers, they would go on Saturday very early in the morning to sell all their products. And this has to do with nopal, or this cactus, and all kind of vegetables and what we call hortalizas, and it includes all different kind of lettuces, onion, aromatic herbs, papalo, and quelites. And this is the place where we come to get our heirloom beans from local producers, like in this case, Alondra and Magali.
Mi nombre es Alondra Estrada Velarde. Pues como puede ver, vendo hojas para tamal, frijol y maíz. En sí, como puede ver, hay diversidad de frijoles, aunque el caldo es el mismo, café. Pero normalmente el frijol que se llega a sembrar más, bueno, el que yo siembro, es el Flor de Mayo y el Palacio, porque tienen mejor comercio.
Pero todo es producción aquí local
Ajá, es local.
De la alcaldía.
Sí, es local.
¿Cuáles son los nombres de los frijoles?
Este se llama sangre de buey o sangre de toro, por el color.
Ajá.
Aquí es ayocote negro, hay dos tipos. Y como pueden ver es el negro y hay uno moradito.
Ajá.
Este es alubia.
Esta es alubia chica, ¿verdad?
Ajá, es alubia chica.
¿Y esta dónde se cosecha aquí?
Por el momento,
¿O viene de fuera?
Viene de afuera, pero sí es sembrada aquí y sí se ha logrado dar.
Sí se ha logrado dar. ¿Las vaquitas de dónde son?
Igual son de aquí.
Y este es
Es cacahuate.
cacahuate. Y este es el flor, ¿no?
No, este es palacio. Este es flor de mayo.
Ah, este es flor de mayo.
Este es flor de mayo. También hay flor de junio, pero
¿Y este negro?
ese es negro de bonita.
Sí, Magali, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días.
Gracias, buenos días. Bueno, más que nada es como negocio familiar, ya que lo que es la cosecha la venimos aquí a vender directamente o sea, no hay intermediarios. Y pues a eso nos dedicamos. Aquí nos encontramos los días sábados en el centro de acopio. Es que la mayoría hay tanto, ¿cómo le diría yo? Frijol nativo de aquí. Y hay semillas que vienen de otros estados, pero es más, sin embargo, sí se aclimatan aquí. Ajá.
Se han adaptado.
Sí, igual de viceversa, hay semillas que son de aquí y se aclimatan en otros lugares, pero pues no por eso deja de ser producto del campo. El color del caldo es café en su mayoría de los frijoles, lo que cambia es la consistencia, algunos lo dan más espeso, un poco más diluido, aunque también depende de cómo lo cocinen las personas.
Perfecto, pues muchas gracias, Magali.
Sí, de nada.
Bueno. Okay, thank you. Here I have, I want to show you because these are known as paquitas. We have some different types in your gift boxes. Let me show you this. These are called vaquitas, but these are red vaquitas. Someone of you get maybe the black and white vaquitas. They're more like the cow, that's what it means, cow. And this is great to play the Lotteria, which is this love game that we love in Mexico City and all over the country as well. This is a kind of like a cards game that when you are calling or singing the card, like in this case, the barrel, and everybody has a card like this on the table. And if you have the barrel, you can take one of these beans, put it here, and then the winner is that one that is going to cover every card sung by the man that is telling the cards. And if you put all the beans first, then you are the winner. This is called Lotteria. It's different from the American lottery. I think it's different from bingo and these kind of things. But this is how the decoration of your nice market bags. And the next video here that I want to run to you. Oh, by the way, before I forgot, we have not only send the vaquitas, but you will see also ayocotes. Some of you get these black beans, but they are very big. They're like a kidney or like a kidney shape or like a fava bean. And those are the older breed of frijoles in Mexico. And they're very popular because when you refry them, they get this creamy consistency. So many people like to use that type of beans to stuff in the tlacoyos or these corn patties stuffed with these black beans, and they love these ayocotes. That's the name. Another type of frijoles that we send to you, they are called the negros, the black beans that are way smaller, and those are also very highly appreciated because of its flavor. And in the case of my home, my mother used to prepare it just throwing a little bit of epazote leaves on the pressure cooker, no? And next, we are going to run the video about the national dish of Mexico. Gift box to you wouldn't be complete if we wouldn't send this beautiful mole in powder. Well, mole, as I said, is the national dish. Let's run this video. This is about the origin of our mole, that it is from Mexico, and prepared in Mexico City. And let's take a look at the video.
You know, Mexico City is the center of many dishes that come from all over. And in the case of the mole, it's not the exception. Different families from this small town in the high hills called Milpalta, they prepare, inspiring in this old tradition, so many different styles. And they also will have this store selling wonderful chiles from all over the country, and the different already prepared moles, either in powder or in paste. In the case of the mole that we are enjoying in Culinary Backstreets gift box, it comes from Mole Mexico, and we can see in the images Mayra Fernandez making some delicious mole prepared to spice guajolote, or the old Mexican turkey. And we are enjoying this famous national dish of Mexico with a little bit of rice, and of course the mole comes topped with sesame seeds. There in the table, Mayra, she's showing all these beautiful ingredients mole is made of. The last part of the preparation, once you have already toasted, fried all the ingredients, then it must come to these molinos, molino de moles. And in Milpalta, they have almost every family would have its own style and machine. And we are looking here how they are pulling the several ingredients that include peanuts, plantain, cookies, chocolate tablets, of course, pumpkin seeds, clove, a little bit of bread as well, and even this one, it comes with apple, which is the secret ingredient of Mayra and her family to create the wonderful mole gourmet that you are enjoying in your gift box.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Well, the mole is a very interesting dish that there is a lot of controversy among historians if it is a pre-Hispanic preparation or it was a creation from the Baroque times, because the modern mole, it would include ingredients from all over the world, no? Precious spices from Asia that came through the La Galeon de Manila, or now the La China, directly from the Philippine Islands during 300 years to Mexico. And it is made also of an ingredient that came directly from Europe. Many historians, they believe that convents or nuns, they would only have the ones who would have access to those products, no? Anyway, mole is so popular in Mexico that if you stop a Mexican in the street and you ask him about what's your favorite mole, the answer is always the same: my mother's mole is the best. And that's why there are so many recipes. In the case of this mole that you have in your hands, this Moles Mexico bag, as you saw in the video, we met this nice family, loving family from San Pedro Atocpan. This is a small village, a rural town that still is part of Mexico City, that the whole town practically is dedicated since a long period of time to the preparation of these moles, either in paste, you can get it, or powder, which is the easiest way that mole travels. All those ingredients are already cooked and dehydrated. So basically what you should do with this bag is a rehydration of the ingredients. We can talk later in the section of questions and answers about how to make the mole sauce from this. It's very easy. It's easier than it looks, and so we're going to discuss that. But I wanted you to be aware that the most famous moles came from Oaxaca, southeast of Mexico, because that's the center of origin of most of our moles. But this one, these families from San Pedro, they provided a mole, the whole city, and many other cities around the Valley of Mexico, because Oaxaca wouldn't be able to supply all the mole that we consume in this 20 million inhabitant city. So next, we are going to stop talking about food for a little bit, but we are going to still travel to a market. But this is a market that is not like the other markets. It's not about food, groceries. This is unique, and it's in the center of the town, and is known as Mercado de Artesanías de la Ciudadella. And this is where we get our practical market bags and the máscara de luchadores, the bracelet. So let's make this trip to the market of Artesanias. Don't forget to bring your bag to the market. You never know what you're going to buy. So you always need to be prepared and have your market bag with you. Please run the video, dear Paula. Thank you very much.
You want to shop for fine crafts in Mexico City? There is one amazing place, and this is Mercado de Artesanías de la Ciudadella. It is located very close Centro, and it's a wonderful paradise for shoppers. You can find crafts from all over the country, and this is the place that we have come all the way to visit Carlos, our vendor, and talk to him about the wrestler's mask and the special market bag made of mesh for shopping. Carlos, muchas gracias. Platícanos aquí cuáles son algunas de las cosas que vendes en tu negocio.
Aquí tenemos de todo tipo de artesanía. Tenemos desde el papel maché, tenemos calaveras de barro, tenemos talavera de Puebla, máscaras de madera del estado de Guerrero, las máscaras de luchadores, obsidiana. Tenemos infinidad de artesanía y es más, conseguimos lo que se les ofrezca. Tenemos a todos los proveedores, gente que directamente nos hace la mercancía. Cualquier artículo que guste en capricho, se les hace.
¿Qué es lo que más te gusta de tu trabajo?
Todo. Primeramente, quedar bien con el cliente, que esté satisfecho con lo que lleva y que lleve el artículo lo mejor que se pueda. Pero aquí en este mercado van a encontrar de todo.
¿Cuánto tiempo tienes aquí en la Ciudadella?
40 años.
40 años
sí,
trabajando en el mercado.
en el mercado.
¿Y está abierto todos los días, Carlos?
Diario está abierto.
Nunca duerme.
No, de 9 a 7 de la noche está abierto. Pero ahora por la pandemia pues ha habido restricciones en algunas cosas, pero ya al rato estaremos al 100%.
Pues muchas gracias. Why we need a shopping bag to go to the market? Because it's our best friend when it comes about buying fruits, vegetables, anything. It's very important to have these handy bags to put everything and have this chance for the products to breathe. That is why in this case they are made of mesh. And in the case of the Máscaras de Lucha Libre, this is one of the favorite activities of Mexicans, and we love to go to these Lucha Libre nights, and it is a chance to take away all the stress and shout and be on the side of the good or the bad ones. There is always this controversy if you are rude or technical.
Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this interesting video about the mask and the bags. In the case of the Máscara de Lucha Libre, Lucha Libre is an activity that arrived to Mexico perhaps in the 1900s, and it is so popular that Mexico used to have several arenas. Now they don't have that many, but due to pandemic, unfortunately, now all the public events are forbidden, and Mexicans are waiting for the arenas to be reopened again. We hope that this is going to happen very soon. But in the meantime, I remember playing with these masks as a kid, pretending to be El Santo or Blue Demon or Mil Máscaras or Huracán Ramirez. So all these masks are characters of real wrestlers, no? And it's a profession that is popular among people that live in the poor neighborhoods of the city, because it's a way to get access to a good job, and if you succeed, you can make some money. But it's a way of Mexicans to go, and it's like a catharsis of forget everything there and drop all your stress and your nervous right there as a spectator and in the arena. So it's one of the activities that we run with our groups in our Culinary Backstreets tours. So we thought that you would enjoy to have one of these plaster masks and pretend to be somebody else, at least for a few minutes, no, and release from the pressure of this lockdown and problems that the world has suffered for the last year. And I would say that last but not least, I want to run our last video, and this has to do also with an activity that we love to enjoy at nights, and this is drinking Mescaline. Because of that, the reason that we couldn't send it to you, but at least we could send you one of the main ways to enjoy it, which is this gourmet salt prepared with in this case were maguey worm, or some of you are getting the chapulines, the grasshoppers. But let's run the video and let's see what you think about it.
Hola amigos, buenas tardes. Estoy aquí en Oaxaca, en la calle de la Santísima, aquí en el centro histórico, y estoy con doña Elvia. Doña Elvia, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Es un sitio muy concurrido, incluso también visitado por muchos chefs de la ciudad, porque a veces es complicado encontrar ingredientes para la cocina oaxaqueña en la ciudad, pero ya todos sabemos que aquí en la Santísima se puede conseguir casi todo gracias A usted sobre todo, doña Elvia, que ya tiene muchos años.
Pues mire, este negocio está desde 1960, que lo iniciaron mis padres, que en gloria estén. Mi mamá junto con mi papá se vinieron de la ciudad de Oaxaca a trabajar y así fue como iniciaron el negocio de aquí es Oaxaca. Y hasta la fecha pues seguimos trabajando, gracias a Dios. Mire, la sal de gusano es, en este caso es un extracto de gusano de maguey, que va molido el gusano con la sal y chile. Y en Oaxaca lo usan mucho para acompañar el mezcal. Le ponen a un limón, a un gajo de naranja, un poquito de sal de gusano y se acompaña muy bien con el mezcal.
También el chapulín es muy usado, ¿no?
Sí, el chapulín es
en
muy...
Oaxaca a veces no tenemos sal de gusano, pero
también hay sal de chapulín, y que lo mismo, es el chapulín molido con sal y chile y tiene la misma función que la sal de gusano.
Para degustar nuestro mezcalito.
Ajá, también puede ser en la fruta, para la jícama, la naranja. Es muy rica la fruta con la sal de gusano o la sal de chapulín.
Muy bien, pues muchas gracias, doña Elvia. Y platícanos de Casa Nela. ¿Cuáles son los horarios en los que está abierto el restaurante?
Mire, Casa Nela es un restaurante que está en la planta de arriba del local de aquí es Oaxaca. Estamos diario de 10 de la mañana a 5 de la tarde. Tenemos comida oaxaqueña. También se sirve el tradicional tejate, que es la bebida de los dioses, agua de chilacayota, horchata de arroz. Tenemos las nieves de leche quemada con tuna, así también como los chapulines preparados, las enchiladas oaxaqueñas, las tlayudas, que puede ser de una carne, de las dos o de las tres, que es el tasajo, la carne enchilada, el chorizo.
Muchas delicias oaxaqueñas aquí a mano en la Ciudad de México. Pues muchas gracias, doña Elvia, por este espacio y pues a seguir trabajando.
Gracias a usted, estamos a sus órdenes.
Muy amable, gracias.
Well, here we go for what it has to do with the sal de gusano. And just to mention the worm, we call it gusano or worm, but as a matter of fact, it's a caterpillar, it's a Lepidopterus. It's a parasite that likes to live inside the heart of the maguey, and it is very hard to catch. It lives randomly here and there in the maguey fields, and one of the reasons for the farmers to catch it is that they can cause the plant to die. So they try to catch it during the rainy season. Another edible insects that we eat in Mexico since pre-Hispanic times. I'm going just to name a food, no? I want to name just a few, like the humiles, that are a type of bugs or insects. Hormiga chicatana, that are highly appreciated because of its flavor, and this comes from Oaxaca and Puebla. Ahuautle, which is a mosquito larva. Hard to believe, but it was recollected by the Aztecs in the back of the leaves of the plants living nearby the Lake of Mexico. Cocopaches, which are these like beetles, like big bugs. They have a wonderful flavor. Escamoles, which are maybe the most popular because we like to say is the Mexican caviar. This is a ant's larva, no? And we have toritos, which is another type of insect. We have, of course, the grasshoppers that maybe are the most well-known or one of the most popular, no? Well, now I think that it's time enough to go for a tasting. Let me go to the cantina. I want to invite you to visit my cantina. The Cantina Los Panchones here at your house in Mexico City. Feel yourself comfortable at home. And sorry, I think that Jazz Fam, it's in the waiting room. You want to admit Jazz, please? Okay. So here we are. We're all set. All right. Okay. So this will be the sal de gusano that you get. This is, as Elvia explained, use salt and the maguey roasted, and they get dehydrated. We just pour a little bit here in our plate. It can be spicy because it has chilies. So you just put it like this in a little plate together with a little bit of whatever you want. It's great in fruits like pineapple. In this case, we have jicama, we have orange, which is a way to enjoy mezcal. You know, among many connoisseurs, they say that when you are drinking tequila, you should try it with lime, and when you are drinking mezcal, it should be the orange. No, it's the best pairing. And we have a little bit of cucumber, of course, here. So let me open one of these bottles. I'm going to pour a little bit of this mezcalito pa'l alma, because I want to say a toast. Thank you very much for watching this virtual tour. I hope that you have enjoyed it. And this is salud. Cheers for Mexico and the States. Viva Cinco de Mayo. And thank you for watching this tour. What we would do is just pick up a little bit of the cucumber in this case, dip it into the sal de gusano, and just enjoy it like this. Oh, it is a little bit spicy, but this tastes fantastic. Same case with the limon, you know. This mezcal is 61, so it's strong. Same thing with the naranja. Just catch a little bit of the salt here, and then a sip. Salud, and then just squeeze it.
Salud, Paco.
Salud.
Are you ready for some Q&A?
I am ready.
Okay, I'm gonna take this off because it's
Perfect.
It's a little hard to breathe.
Salud.
Cheers. Thank you so much. That was awesome, Paco. Thank you so much. Okay. I have some questions for you that were in the chat earlier, but you can also feel free to drop them in. And of course, those of you that need to drop off at 8 o'clock in a minute, that's totally fine. We're just gonna go a few minutes over for Q&A.
Okay.
So what's the best way to make the coffee? Someone asks. And then also, in terms of the prep of the coffee, could you talk a little bit more about the cinnamon and brown sugar?
Yes. Well, in the case of the coffee, the best way to do it is, well, I would have some different coffee machines, no? They would extract the coffee, and it depends on the machine. How do you want to grind your beans, no? Your coffee beans, depending on the extraction process. But in Mexico, it's very common to use, of course, you have to grind the beans and just drop it in a pot in water and let the essence to release, and then you just strain, and then you have just a coffee, no? But I saw also other question regarding the café de olla. That's a Mexican style coffee. It's the same technique. You just drop the coffee and just put a vein or a stick of cinnamon, and then you sweet the coffee with a block of piloncillo that you can be found in the market. It's a solidified melaza or brown sugar, and that's everything at your taste, no? You put as much as you want. And what was the other question, Sari?
I think you answered it. So basically, you would just prepare it the same way you would any coffee beans. I mean, someone asked about using a French press, and it sounds like that would be fine.
Oh, the French press, I love it, and I also love the Italian press. The French press would give a very strong coffee. So what I do with this Eric's coffee is very strong. The toast is middle, is not so acid, and I would use a soap spoon per cup. That would be my measure. And I can use the regular coffee dripper, no, with the filter or the permanent filter, and that works very good as well.
Great, thank you. There were some questions about the mole prep. So I did put the instructions that you sent me, Paco, in the chat. So hopefully everybody saw that, and they also went out in an email today. But there were just a few questions like, is it gluten-free? Is it vegetarian? I think those were most of them. I know there's nuts in it, so that's good to mention, right?
See, it would have pumpkin seeds and peanuts. It has anise, it has clove, it has Mexican pepper, pimienta, it has raisins, it has prune, animal cookie, or we call it animal crackers or galletas de animalitos. So it has wheat, no, a little bit of wheat. So it's not gluten-free. What else? Of course, it has different types of chiles. This has 3 different types of chiles: ancho. Oh boy, it's ancho. The black one, and it uses 3 different types of chile. And yeah, I know that I sent you the instructions, and also a couple of very interesting recipes by my friend Jose Bozoat, which is a Mexican chef that is currently living in the States. He's doing some restaurant coaching, and he gave us a couple of nice recipes to enjoy either your beans or your mole already prepared.
Okay, great, thank you. And I know a couple of people have asked about buying more of the ingredients. I personally don't have the answer to that because they're all sourced by Paco in Mexico City. So Paco, is the best way to just email Culinary Backstreets to find out more about the individual products, like if they want to buy a product as opposed to buying the whole box again?
Yes, of course. Well, we are open to do that. I mean, all of our vendors that you could see in the videos, there are very local producers. To say the truth, we were very amazed and happy with the fact that this conference was so successful, and we received so many orders. So it was challenging to put together all the boxes because these are local producers. So sometimes they would have or not the items, but yeah, I guess it's something that we can discuss with our good managers and find a way that you can get these wonderful supplies. I'm happy to get in contact with the vendors, no, as well.
Great, thank you for that. And you can also rebuy the box directly from Culinary Backstreets, or buy it if you didn't buy it with your ticket this time. It's right on their website under shop. And I put
we have, well, this is the story behind the happy box. I call it Cajita Feliz. Is because I was so bored in the middle of the pandemic, and I was becoming crazy. And then somebody also in Culinary Backstreets, they have the idea, let's send our cities to the people that they are willing to travel, but they cannot. So we literally put Mexico in a box, no? And that was the idea of these boxes. And right now you can go to the website and order your box with all these good goodies, no? That you saw in the video.
Yes, and I just put that link in the chat again. Okay, so you mentioned earlier that chocolate Amacondo uses rice and corn with their chocolate. Can you just talk a little bit more about that?
Say it again.
Sorry, you mentioned that the chocolate Amacondo uses rice and corn with their chocolate. Is there more you could say about that?
You mean with the mole ingredients?
I think so. Maybe that's what you meant. Sorry, if whoever asked that question wants to put it in the chat again. I just copied it from before.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll look in the chat. Oh, the chocolate drink. Sorry for that. Thank you.
Sari, I realized that somebody was asking about maíz de teja. You know, most of you would get chocolate en polvo, which is just cacao and sugar. That's it. This is homemade by Argelia family, the Amacondo family, the first video you saw. But let me go here to my files here in the laptop. We send also other beverages that are either or traditional or are literally anthropological rescues of Amacondo family from Codex, and they revive these formulas. In the case of maíz de teja, somebody asked about it. What about maíz de teja? It's a type of drink made with cacao that it is enjoyed pretty much in San Luis Potosí, the state of San Luis Potosí, which is north of the country, like about 4 hours from here, no? And it is called that way because the coffee beans grow together with the sunflowers, and the wallflowers they would cover they would make it like a shade for the cacao plantation, no? And they would in this case is the corn, and that is why it's called maíz de teja, because the sunflower plant they would make like a shade. In this case, the maíz de teja would have sunflower seed, the corn, and of course the cacao, no?
Thank you for clarifying that, Paco. Sorry for that.
Yeah, and what is the way to prepare it? You want to use your whole bag. You put 2 liters of water, or it can be also milk, to heat, and then you just put the powder inside and stir it up, no? And you can add at your taste sugar, but I would eat it just straight without any sweetener.
Straight from the bag.
Yeah.
Great. Someone is asking, what about the chocolate medallion?
Okay, that's a very good question. This is done by Allerlit. This is a chocolate tablet that it is done by a factory that has been working making products out of cacao for the industry. We decided that this would travel better than other chocolate products, as it is already sealed. This would be a rounded tablet that is very popular in Mexico with a commercial brand that I don't want to mention, but everybody knows about, that is not using any more real cacao, no? This is it. This is like 46% of real cacao and sugar. And it's a tablet that when I was a kid, I used to steal it from my mother's stand and just eat it by bites, no? But my mother would prepare it in a liter of milk, drop it, and with the molinillo, with the shaker that you saw at the beginning, it would dissolve the block little by little. Also, Mayra would use chocolate tablets like this to put in its mole preparation. So enjoy it.
Great. Can you just talk a little bit about what makes the mole from Mexico City distinctive, the ingredients, as opposed to other regions in Mexico?
Well, that's an interesting question because, as I said before, if we stop a Mexican right now in the street, he would claim the best mole he has never had is his mother, no? His mother's mole. In the case of San Pedro Atocpan, the whole town provides about 80% of the mole necessities of the city. So you go to a Mexican market, a Mexico City market, with that we have a net of about 300 markets, and you want to buy mole, it would be mole from San Pedro instead of mole from Puebla. And why I say this, because the mole from Oaxaca is the most famous, and is the one that we can keep track of the mole from Oaxaca through hundreds of years, and they have ancestral recipes, no? Most of the many great chefs that they have widespread the taste for Mexican cuisine, they learn Mexican cuisine at Oaxaca, no? The best example of this is my dear friend Rick Bailey, that probably he's aware of this conference, and he fell in love with Oaxaca. He learned how to make these moles, and basically the difference, I would say, is that there are so many combinations. It's like when you play chess. There are infinite combinations that you can play this. No, one of the secrets of this mole is that my friend Mayra, she had the idea after trying recipes to make it more edible for you, and not to feel it so heavy, because it's a combination of so many ingredients. So he uses for this mole green apple, and this would help at the end the mole to be very, very good for your stomach. It wouldn't be a heavy meal, no? And there are so many combinations. You go to Mayra's store, you will find dozens of moles, no? Black mole made only with seed, that we call it pipián. Mole verde, which is a great mole to dip with pork meat, for instance, or fish. And they have mole that it is made mainly with pink pine nuts or almonds. The combinations are infinite, so it depends of your palate, no, or your taste.
Got it. Thanks, Paco. We need to wrap up in a minute. Can you just quickly just let us know where Mexico City is at right now in terms of COVID? Are restaurants open? Are markets open? Just give us a quick update.
We have prepared a bonus video about that. I don't know if we can still run, and I think it's a very quick video.
Okay. And so again, if you need to drop off, that's fine. So we can show that.
¿Y cómo les ha ido, Magali, con la pandemia?
Pues sí ha variado mucho. El personal administrativo optó por recortar a muchos puestos. Algunos nos hemos ido acomodando. Yo anteriormente, al principio, me hacía pequeñas ruedas y me iba a recorrer, a ofrecer, pero pues también es cansado y también había poca gente. Y pues hasta ahorita nos hemos colocado aquí, ya tenemos como, pues en lo que yo recuerdo, toda mi vida hemos estado vendiendo aquí, y sí ha bajado algo. Hay personas que nos compran, señoras que se dedican a la venta de tamales, pues se podría decir que son los que adquieren más producto en lo que son los manojos para hojas de tamal.
Hola, buenas tardes, amigos. Estoy aquí con doña Elvia en Aquí es Oaxaca. Doña Elvia, le quiero preguntar cómo le ha ido a su negocio durante la pandemia.
Pues bajo bastante. Ya nos estábamos recuperando en el mes de diciembre, que principios, pero volvieron a cerrar las tiendas del centro y volvió a bajar. Ahorita ya abrieron la semana pasada y gracias a Dios pues ahí va poco a poquito.
¿Cuáles son las cosas que ha tenido que hacer para mantener el negocio funcionando?
Pues primero las medidas sanitarias, como el gel, el lavado de manos, el tapete sanitizante, y ahorita que arriba no podemos trabajar, nada más estamos trabajando abajo en el aire, al aire libre, ¿no? Pero pues ahí va.
¿Cuáles son sus expectativas? ¿Qué esperanzas hay de que la situación se mejore y sobre todo, qué le puede decir a la gente que quiere venir a visitar México?
Pues que sí, primero Dios, esto se va a componer poco a poco y pues como estamos ahora sí que a nivel mundial en esta situación, que pongamos también de nuestra parte para cuidarnos y cuidar a los demás.
Muy bien, ¿y cómo ha sido para ustedes la pandemia aquí dentro del mercado?
Pues la hemos tratado de seguir con las medidas sanitarias que nos implementó el gobierno y pues sí, gracias a Dios la gente ha venido a consumirnos y con sus debidas precauciones.
Hemos visto, Adriana, algunos puestos que ya cerraron, pero ustedes se mantienen aquí en pie de guerra.
Nos seguimos en pie de guerra, pues eso es lo que hace el mexicano, seguir luchando por nuestras cosas. Hay puestos cerrados porque hay compañeros que desgraciadamente pues por la pandemia pues se fueron, otros pues no abren sus locales, pero yo digo que muy pronto ya se restablezca todo esto y el mercado va a volver a ser con la verbena popular que siempre se ha caracterizado el mercado de Jamaica.
Well, this is it, what it is about the situation. I should just add that so far the country is applying their vacunas, no? We started, of course, but for the most important members of the society, which are our elderly, and then doctors and members of the army. So in my case, this month I need to go to get my doses. So little by little, the situation is getting better. And so far, the stage in Mexico City is orange. That means that restaurants are open, cinema theaters reopened very recently, and markets, they have never closed because they were considered essential. So many businesses have gone, but others, they have survived, and we are ready to welcome you. And I want to thank Paula Maurenza from Culinary Backstreets Barcelona for having been the technician behind these videos. And thank you very much, Sari, and thank you very much, everyone, for watching this video. I know that there are many questions that maybe were left in the box, but I'm very happy to get an answer and send it to you, no, Sari?
Sure. Yes, of course. You can just email info@culinarybackstreets.com. Thank you so much, Paco. I'm so glad to hear that things are moving in the right direction where you are. Thank you, Paola, for helping us with all the videos. And thank you, Culinary Backstreets. We are doing our final virtual program partnership next month. It is Lisbon. It is June 2nd. Please make sure you sign up for it, and you have until May 19th to order the box. So do not wait to do that. It's going to be an amazing program. I've been to Lisbon with Culinary Backstreets, and it's absolutely incredible. And don't forget that you have until the end of the day today to sign up for MOFAD membership and get a free bottle of El Guapo bitters, which is the best bitters company around. Like I said, craft made, women owned. It's just incredible product. So thank you, everyone, and continue to please stay safe and take good care. All right, we'll see you soon, hopefully June 2nd for Lisbon. Good night.
Adios.